I don't really know what the City of London is. Part of me knows it's a square mile filled with banks, and banks are, well, they're the enemies of society at the moment, it seems. But I also know that it's much older than that. It goes back to Dick Whittington in the 12th century. It's the corporation of the City of London. It's liveries and guilds and mansion houses and guild halls. And I've no idea what the freedom means. They say it means I can drive goats over Tower Bridge. I'm sure that's nonsense. But the whole thing set me out on a course of thinking, if I'm going to accept this honour, I want to penetrate the City of London. It's one of those very British things. It's like a little corner of the world that's completely hidden. It's both ancient and modern, and it's very exciting. And here I am outside the Guildhall, which is one of the great buildings, and I dare say Richard Whittington himself walked into it. Hello. Where am I supposed to be going?
You've gone this way, so I'll take you up there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Already I can see people in funny costumes. That's what I was hoping for.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding to receive your distinguished guests?
I wonder what I'll be given. A key, a PIN number, or maybe a swipe card.
Stephen Fry, would you please approach? This is the Declaration of the Freeman. I'd like you to read it aloud, beginning with your name.
I, Stephen Fry, do solemnly declare that I will be good and true to Our Lady Sovereign Queen Elizabeth II, that I will be obedient to the Mayor of this city.
Now, on behalf of the Chamberlain of this great and ancient City of London, it is a particular pleasure tonight for me to extend the right hand of fellowship to you and to greet you all as citizens of London.
Very much indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm free. Free. Solemn occasion, and the whole thing is a mystery that's about to be unravelled. Hello. Oh. This will be the inauguration of the new Lord Mayor. That is, the head of the City of London Corporation. That's not Boris Johnson's job. This one is chosen from among the aldermen of the city. And this exact ceremony has apparently been held every year since around the time Dick Whittington became Lord Mayor over 600 years ago. Unlike any of the 32 boroughs in London, the City of London Corporation is elected by both residents and business folks and has unique powers, even its own police force. Nice hats. It's an extraordinary, mysterious 35 minutes of silent ceremony, with the only words spoken those of the new Lord Mayor's oath.
I, David Hugh Wootton, do solemnly, sincerely and truly declare that I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of Lord Mayor of the City of London.
The rest, stumm. It's all done by symbols. And this is the moment when power passes. You put on the funny hat, the job's yours. This year's man in the hat is a city solicitor. How do you do? Congratulations, Lord Mayor.
Thank you very much.
It's really wonderful. I was thinking one of the conditions of being able to be a Lord Mayor, congratulations, is to be able to wear that hat without looking ridiculous. And you pull it off.
Oh, thank you very
There's
much.
genuine dignity in it. It's a wonderful ceremony. Is it? Oh my goodness! You've been holding that all afternoon.
Just flicking it around.
And doing the flicking, yes. And one final hidden ritual involving a hat, the passing of the key to power.
1 year ago, you asked me to keep the key to the City and Christ's Hospital seal under my hat. I have done so. I now return to you that key.
pallbearer. Please keep this key under your hat.
My Lord Mayor, I will do so. That's it?
That's it. I have to say, it's a slightly disappointing key. It looks like a student's room key.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Look, it's LMO, limo. Oh, Lord Mayor's office. And they're off to St Paul's Cathedral to meet the Queen. In fact, the Lord Mayor isn't just off to meet the Queen. As a result of strife and altercation under King John 900 years ago, the city, which financed the King's army, gained in return the right to govern themselves with vast powers given to the mayor. But still, the monarch's overlordship should be acknowledged when she visits the city, and it is the Lord Mayor's job, along with that ceremonial sword, to do just that. The City of London Corporation is a powerful, self-financing fiefdom. The Lord Mayor at its head is also nominally the Chief Magistrate. The Old Bailey, a stone's throw away, is where he would sit. In fact, the Lord Mayor's judicial powers are not used, but the corporation own and run the place.
It's so impressive and so awe-inspiring. Truth, learning, art, labour. Very wonderful.
And then, of course, you've got the city's crest at the top.
Yeah.
Sometimes when there's a gust of wind.
If the city is the honeypot of the UK, right at its heart, as it happens on the roof of the Lord Mayor's residence, some workers are very busy.
I dare a bee to get into me. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm on the roof of Mansion House, and what I can see there is the Bank of England and the top of the Gherkin. I'm right in the most urban environment.
We've probably got a population of about 30,000 in here.
30,000?
About half of which will be out working, half will be in here, bring it up slowly and straight vertically, up to eye level.
Up to eye level? Holy moly! Gosh, hello. Hello. Hi, hello. Oh, that's fantastic. Auriferque per orbem decor. Oh, good Lord. I'll have to look it up.
The Society of Apothecaries is one of the city's livery companies, who got their name because of their distinctive uniform, or livery. They began in medieval times as early closed shops for different trades, in this case, pharmacists. They still have powers in the election of the city's aldermen. Apparently, I'm going to have to take part in some ritual involving rose water.
It's used to stimulate this nerve, or the alderman's nerve, because aldermen dine so well that they needed some stimulus to help their intestines to empty.
Right.
Master, wardens, my Lord Mayor, sheriffs, ladies and gentlemen, dinner is now served in the Great Hall.
There you are, Dr. Dale. How do you do?
I've no idea what the right thing to do is here.
One of the things that astonishes me about this whole thing is that people looking will see the Latin, they'll see portraits of ancient figures and so on, and then I discover that people like you are doing absolutely up-to-the-minute work in medicine around the world.
I know. The thing about the Society is that it gives the impression that it's full of
old fogies, let's be honest,
and
yeah.
white men of a certain age.
But you're a rather glamorous doctor.
We bow. You take the lid in your right hand. I'll take a swig.
This takes the silver plate off the cup, you know this stuff.
Yes, but
you pop the lid back on.
And then I do the same to
We
mine.
bow.
We bow.
I give it to you. You turn around and I'll protect your back.
I may have had too much.
That's all right. Just knock down in one.
Please be upstanding for 2 toasts. The Queen. The Queen. The Lord Mayor, the City of London Corporation, and the Sheriffs.
Phew, I like a drink, but I can see how the word liver got into livery.
The Worshipful Society of the Art and Mystery of the Apothecaries of the City of London. May it flourish, bringing help to all, till time ceases.
Of course you can mock, of course you can say it's just a load of old fogies enjoying themselves with wine and stupid rituals, but all these people are professionals in the health world, and some of them are initiating new ways of taking medicine and healthcare into the world, which are at the absolute cutting edge. But they're doing it in an old frock, and to me that sums up not just the City of London, but Britain itself. Behind strange layers of silk and tassels, there can be some very modern cutting-edge brains, and I think it's absolutely wonderful, because I'm an old sentimentalist at heart, and I'm also someone who embraces the modern world, so for me this is kind of home. So do you enjoy exercising your freedom, Doris?
Absolutely. This is...
We should do this every week. Good exercise for us and good exercise for Grace.
That's right, yeah.
Isn't it fun to be free?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
She's bounding along. She seems to like London Bridge.
Everything you can think of, but all bound together by the great guilds into which they had been initiated. These guilds created their own world. They created their own cooperatives. They had their own ways of taking care of the widows and the fatherless. They took care of their own sick. They brought their own physicians. They did everything, and they created a form of government which we call today democracy. And that democracy began within the structure of the guilds. Now, if you attended a great meeting of the guild masters, you would attend something that was very interesting. You would find these men gathered in the communion house, or in the community center. And here, on certain intervals, prescribed by their laws and their traditions, they broke bread together. And because not one of these was greater than another, they were seated around a circular table. And in the midst of the table was the gill cup. And this gill cup had on the lips, all around the edge of the cup, little hooks. And on each of these hooks was the crest and shield of a guild master. This cup was filled with wine, and each of the masters drank from the cup, performing a ritualistic Eucharist, and rededicating their lives to the great service of the architect of the universe. They were worshipping through building. Their laws were their own, their secrets were inviolate, their mysteries were perpetuated. The power of these men can well be imagined when we realize, for example, that a few days after he placed his famous bull on the church door, Martin Luther, who was by his instance a guildsman, because he belonged to the guild of the watchmakers. Soon after he had made his public statement against the sale of papal indulgences, Luther was called before his guild. And here in solemn assembly, he was placed under the protection of the guilds and given a medal, which must always wear, and which he should show in time of emergency. And from that time on, although Luther had a hard time, he was under the protection of this body,